Hello everyone. The tragic events in Australia over the past week or so have touched people around the globe and led to an outpouring of emotion. I've tried to put myself into the shoes of some of those people who stayed behind to fight the fires and protect their homes and families, and try to imagine the agonizing choices that some of them had to make. It breaks one's heart. But there's another emotion in here, and that is anger, because I believe that many of those deaths were completely unnecessary. Today, I intend to harness the power of the internet to do something about that. I live in a place called Nelspruit in South Africa. Our climate is similar to Southeast Australia, and we experience similar bushfires, known as veldfires over here. As kids, growing up in the bush, we were always told, in the event of a fire, a veldfire, to seek shelter in an aardvark burrow or a hollow termite mound or something similar. Like many of you, I've been following the accounts of the survivors of the recent Victorian bushfires, and sure enough, many of them sought refuge in stormwater culverts or drainage ditches, wombat burrows, or even in purpose-made concrete bunkers. Even a first world country like Australia can't afford to have a firefighter or a fire truck stationed at every house. And they rely on volunteers and on the fact that many people will be in a position to protect their own houses. The problem with the policy of leave early or stay and defend is that in the most extreme fires, even a well-designed and protected house isn't going to provide adequate protection to save your life. This then leads to frantic last-minute evacuations and the type of chaos that we saw in communities like Kinglake and Marysville. The solution, I believe, would be to have a fail-safe refuge of last resort on all properties in high-risk fire areas. Then, homeowners could stay on to fight fires on their properties until the last possible moment, secure in the knowledge that they could survive even the most intense blaze. Now, fireproof bunkers are not a new idea. After the Black Friday fires of 1939, there was a royal commission of inquiry, much like they're proposing now, and one of the findings was that fireproof bunkers should be made compulsory. That's 70 years ago. The problem was, and still is, that there's no coherent standards or design guidelines for what these things should look like. And if improperly designed, a fire bunker could be a potential death trap. So what I propose today is to launch a competition to design a structure, which we'll call the Bunyip Bunker, that would save the lives of people in this kind of situation. Okay, the design requirements are, it would need to withstand a temperature of 1,000 degrees Celsius for 30 minutes. It would need to accommodate a family of 4 with sufficient oxygen, obviously, for that period. And it needs to cost less than $1,000 US, either to be built in situ or to be prefabricated off-site using mass production techniques. I'm hoping to find a sponsor for this competition. If I can't, I undertake to sponsor a prize myself of at least $5,000. Now, there'll be a number of follow-up videos to this one in which I discuss some of the principles of thermodynamics and combustion which people might find useful when coming up with a design. I'll also be conducting some practical experiments using a blowtorch, a high-temperature thermometer, and a range of materials to see which concepts might work in practice and to guide you in your thinking. The idea is to put some of this knowledge out there and then ask everybody to collaborate to come up with the best ideas. Now, obviously, I can't do this alone, and today I'm asking for your help. So what I'd like you to do, please, is the following. 1. If you know of an honest attorney in Australia who could administer a trust fund for the prize money and do this work pro bono, please get in touch. If you know of a company that might want to sponsor some or all of the prize money, then let them know about this project. If you're a volunteer firefighter or have a lot of experience with fires, or if you know someone like this, you can give input in the comments and circulate this video amongst your colleagues. If you're an engineer or a design student or a farmer or just an avid tinkerer and you think you have an idea for the bunyip bunker, something that might work to save people's lives, you can post a video response to this video or just bookmark it for future reference that you can come back to get the website address and more details. If you know people that are inventive, please let them know about this project. I am going to be contacting the Council for Scientific and Industrial Research here in South Africa and the CSIRO in Australia. If you have any contacts in either of these organizations or the American or European equivalents, or you know of some other organization that has the expertise to do the judging and the testing in this competition, please let me know. Otherwise, whatever you can do just to publicize this project, let people know about it, make people aware of it, whatever you can do. Thank you very much for your attention. I'm sorry this video was so long. Please stay tuned for further updates. Feel free to embed this video in a website. Share it with anyone you think might be able to help. Cheers. Let's put on our thinking caps and save some lives. Thanks.